I now have, how many tattoos do I have? At least a dozen. I have at least a dozen tattoos, and I love watching tattoo tours and seeing the different art styles that people like or the different placements for tattoos. I love tattoo videos. So I figured I would give you guys a tattoo tour of what I've got going on here. I have gotten quite a few tattoos over the years. Definitely in the beginning, I was like, oh no, I want to get like something tiny, something that can be covered up, something super meaningful. And when I was in college and didn't know quite where my career would take me, and at least at this current moment, tattoos don't matter. And I can't ever see myself going into a career path where tattoos do matter in terms of not having them. I love my tattoos and I love all the placements that I have, and I do not regret any of them. I love all of them. And maybe a few years from now, when brain does more developing and going through like second puberty and stuff, I might be like, why the hell did I get that tattoo? But at this moment, I stand 10 toes down on everything that I've gotten. I think very long and hard about tattoos that I'm getting, even if like the act of getting the tattoo is last minute or I do it on a whim. The idea behind the tattoo itself, I probably sat on for minimum 3 to 6 months. This is just a form of self expression, and I love getting to be creative and working with artists on the tattoos that I get, and I'm just gonna be talking about them today. I got my first tattoo when I was 18, and I got it done literally 2 months before COVID shut the world down. So at least I was able to cross that off the bucket list because I wouldn't be getting another tattoo for like another 2 years. I got the word yes on my inner left ankle. And no, the word no is not on my right ankle. It is inspired by Yes Theory. I loved watching their videos in high school and early college, and I don't watch them anymore. But a lot of what I got from their videos, I still carry with me every day, which is saying yes to things that scare you. I was such an anxious little child and teenager, and now I'm saying yes to things that scare me and doing a lot of things alone, and I'm having a blast. So I don't regret this tiny little tattoo, and I'm glad that I have more so that when people ask if I have tattoos, it's not like I just have the one and they're like, why the hell did you get the word yes tattooed? I'm like, it's a story, you guys just don't get it. The second tattoo that I got is on my ribs. It is Wildfire in Your Soul in cursive. These are lyrics from Super Bloom by Mr. Wives. Mr. Wives is my all-time favorite band, and Super Bloom is an album that just means so much to me. It really got me through the pandemic and has just been such a great source of joy and happiness and creativity. And I mainly got these lyrics. I'd wanted a Mr. Wives tattoo for a while, but I got these lyrics because the first time that I saw Mr. Wives in concert, which was at the end of 2021, I was in fact Barricade, and during Super Bloom, Mandy sang Wildfire in Your Soul directly to me. Directly to me. So I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the moment. That's also my Instagram handle. What can I say? I'm obsessed. Then a year later, when I was in Florida doing my Disney college program, I was itching for a tattoo. And so I found an artist in Tampa that I fell in love with and drove out to get a tattoo by her. It is a cowboy hat and it is on my outer left ankle. And this is the tattoo that hurt the most. Yeah, this one was rough because it's like right on the bone. And when she was filling in, that's the only time I've had to like tap out and been like, okay, I need a break real quick. And they were all so sweet there. She was the sweetest. I felt so safe. Like she got me water. I laid down for a little bit. I was all good. I was able to keep going a little bit after. But that is the tattoo that has hurt the absolute most. I feel like for the most part, I have a couple moments where it's like, ooh, but overall, it's a vibe. I'm chilling. And as for why a cowboy hat, when I was in Florida, I was really missing Texas. Like, I feel like all my life, I was like, I just want to get out of Texas. I want to go somewhere else. But then when I was somewhere else, I was like, I want to go to Buc-ee's. And there are Buc-ee's in Florida. I took one of my friends there. It was a grand old time. But you know, it's just not the same. Okay, so my first 3 tattoos were very spread out, but around November 2023, so 6 months after I got the cowboy hats in Florida, when I was back home in Texas, that's when I've been getting a lot more. So in the last year and a half is what, a year and a half? Time is crazy. I feel like so many of these tattoos I've had for years and years and years. Apparently, that's not the case. I am very much a person who gets tattoos done in the fall and winter. I know that spring and summer especially, is like the hot season for getting tattoos, and like fall, winter for a lot of artists is more of their off season, less people are booking then. But I love the sun. I love the spring, I love the summer, I love being outside, I love being in the pool. So it makes sense to get tattoos in the fall and winter so they can heal completely, and then I can put on SPF and hang out in the sun all day long in the spring and summer. So I feel like I'd forgotten about a lot of tattoos I had ideas for when I was in Florida, and then when it was around November and I'd been back home for a little bit, I was like, the itch is back. I need tattoos. So I got right here on my arm, To Live for the Hope of It All. I love August by Taylor Swift. That is one of my favorite songs of all time and one of my favorite songs by Taylor Swift. And I, fun fact, did not listen to Folklore until I was in Florida on my DCP because Folklore and Super Bloom came out on the same day. And I had to stand by my girl Super Bloom. I also physically could not listen to any other album in 2020. That was the only thing. That was the only thing getting me through. So finally, on my DCP, I was listening to Folklore and I fell in love with this album. And I had wanted the iconic To Live for the Hope of It All tattoo, but I'd forgotten about it and then finally remembered and went to a studio to get it done. It is in the iconic Folklore font and I love this placement. I see so many other people with this tattoo and I feel like I'm a part of like a cool girl club. Like cool people have this tattoo, cool Swifties do. And so I love this one a lot. This was also the first tattoo that I was like, I want it where I want it. I'm not worried about hiding it, mostly because I didn't work for Disney anymore. And Disney's not too picky on their tattoos as they used to be, but I was still like, no, I don't want to get anything that you can see. And now I'm like, I do not care. I want people to see them. Then, about honestly 6 weeks later, maybe only a month later, I drove out to Austin to No Good Tattoo for a guest artist. She does so many nostalgia pieces, and I had found her account before she had announced the guest spot and had found that she had Pupcake and Custard as Flash. And I was like, that is so cute. I love Strawberry Shortcake. I am a 2003 Strawberry Shortcake truther. I keep seeing all the 80s collabs, and I'm like, that's so cute. That's so cottagecore. That's so adorable. Where's 2003 Strawberry Shortcake? And so when she announced that she was going to be in Austin, I was like, yeah, I'm going to make the drive. I'm going to go. And I am in love with it. This is probably the placement that I love the most. I get a lot of compliments on the placement, but it took literally a year and a half for someone to go, oh my God, is that Pupcake and Custard from Strawberry Shortcake? When I went to Disney last month, 2 different people knew that this was Strawberry Shortcake. And I'm like, I don't think you guys understand how much this means to me. Most people don't pick that up immediately, but they did. And I'm like, I see you, you see me. But I love this placement. It's over my left knee. It's gorgeous, especially when I'm wearing like a skirt with like a slit. I'm like, let me just show her off. So I love the nostalgia of it all. This was also my first tattoo with color. It's got pink and red details on it. And I definitely like the little bits of color, specifically pink and red. So I don't know if I'll ever branch out with other colors. Like I've got time to figure that out and find other pieces and styles that I love. But I love having the pink and red right there. I think it's so much fun. I don't know if I have a favorite tattoo, but if I did, it would be Pupcake and Custard. The poppy on my left arm. I got this a couple months later. I was really just, the tattoo itch. I feel like as soon as it hits October, from October to like February, I'm like, I need tattoos. So I got this poppy on my arm right here. It's got a couple of meanings behind it. Another Super Bloom theme. Poppies are a really big part of the Super Bloom album. And again, it's still an album that I just love so much. as well as every month has 2 birth flowers. And for August, that's my birthday month. It's one of them is poppy. I don't know the other one off the top of my head, but I know poppies. I love them. What can I say? So I love the placement on this one. I definitely feel like for a while when there wasn't anything else on my arm, I was like, ooh, it's kind of right there. Like, do I regret the placement? But now that I have some other tattoos to balance it out, I'm like, I love it being right here. It's gorgeous. I love the style of it and the poppies, and she's just gorgeous. Then literally a month later, I was visiting my friend Caroline in Fort Worth, and we fuel each other's tattoo itch. Like whenever I get a new tattoo, she's the first person I text, and whenever we hang out, we're like, so we're going to go get tattoos, right? So we feed off of each other's energy, and I love that. So when I was visiting her, she had gone to a tattoo studio that she loved. So then we went there together and I got 2 tattoos done there. Next to my poppies, I got a little heart on my left wrist. This was drawn by Mandy of Mr. Wives. It was on a little card or on the back of a photo, a little note on the back of a photo that I had gotten from her, and I love it. What can I say? Mr. Wives is just a band that means so much to me, and so now I have a little heart with me wherever I go. And I also got, this is another placement that I love, and this is probably my most complimented on tattoo. I got a disco ball or mirror ball on the back of my right arm, right above my elbow. I think this placement is gorgeous. I was totally inspired by my friend Caroline. She had just gotten one in a similar placement, and I was like, I'm taking notes. I'm copying that. And so I have a mirror ball for Mirror Ball by Taylor Swift, as well as I love Mamma Mia. I love Mamma Mia, and I feel like this is so Dancing Queen. So it's kind of got like multiple meanings behind it, but mostly Mirror Ball by Taylor Swift, because I mean, Folklore as an entire album means so much to me, but like August and Mirror Ball immediately like in my top 5 Taylor Swift songs, no questions asked. And then I had a little bit of a pause because I got these done in March of last year, and like I said, I don't do any tattoos in the spring and summer so they can heal. And then when I was traveling last fall, I was going all over everywhere for concerts. When I was in Portland, Oregon, I got these cowboy boots. I feel like whenever I'm looking for tattoo inspiration or looking for tattoo artists, Portland, Oregon is always where my favorite artists are. Like whenever I'm like, I love that art style. Where are you from? Portland, Oregon. Got it. So I knew that when I visited there, I had to get a tattoo, and I fell in love with this artist. I'm not remembering everyone's names. I will link the Instagrams down below for anyone that I got flash work from, or just check out the link in my bio for all of the artists' descriptions that I can remember. And I have no real significance for the cowboy boots. It was just on her flash, and I was like, that is so cute. And I loved the red hearts. Like I said, for color, I like doing pink and red. And I also got this done the week before I went to the Eras tour. So in my mind, this is like my Eras tour tattoo because I was dressed in red. I was going as I Bet You Think About Me, that music video. So in a way, this is kind of like my Eras Tour tattoo, even though I got it done in Portland, Oregon, not in New Orleans. But I love the art style. I love the placements. I like that I picked right above my To Live for the Hope of It All tattoo. And it was just such a fun experience. And I really love getting tattoos in different places. So I feel like whenever I'm traveling again, I'm going to have to keep an eye out for tattoo artists. And now we made it to my most recent 5 tattoos, which were done in 2 different appointments. This is the first time in my life where I've gone back to an artist and really found an artist I love. Or like I've loved a lot of the artists that I've gone to see, but then they're like based in New York or Portland or Tampa, and it's just like I'm in Houston, and I finally found an artist that I really, really love. I'm in Houston, she's in Austin, but I can make it work, especially when I do multiple tattoos in one appointment. I go to No Good Tattoo, and in December, I'd gotten 3 tattoos done, so I got the number 13 on my right wrist. I born on the 13th, August 13th, that's my birthday. That is what I'm confessing to you guys in this video, my birthday, because I have tattoos relevant to it. And also, in a way, Taylor Swift. Not to sound too cheesy, but when I was little, I always felt bad for having a 13th birthday, like, well, not a 13th birthday, a birthday on the 13th, because people were like, oh, it's so unlucky, blah, 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 blah. And so I was like, dang, that's really sucks. But then seeing Taylor Swift really embracing the number 13, because that's her birthday, I was like, wait, like I don't have to be embarrassed or feel bad that like I'm born on an unlucky date. Like here is this really cool pop star and country star writing 13 on her hand and really embracing it. And so I feel like when I watched Journey to Fearless when I was like 9 or 10 years old, so I'd been a little bit after the Fearless era, watching it on cable, I was like, wait, she's embracing the number 13. I should too. So very cheesy, I know, but number 13 right there. And then I got this orange right here on my left arm. I love this placement and I love this orange. No story behind it. I found it in her flash and was like, I like it. So that's the story behind that. But when I showed it to my friend Anna, she was like, oh my God, like Florida, like, you know, the citrus state or whatever with all the oranges. And I was like, in a way, yeah, I like that. I like pulling different meanings for different things or people getting different meanings from different things. I'm like, wait, I never thought about it like that. Yeah, I just thought it was cute. And then on my right leg, on my lower calf, above my ankle, on the outside where you can see it, whatever you want to call that placement, I have the cutest, most beautiful kitty cat looking out an arched window. That's my future. Like that tattoo, that's my envisioning of my future. I want a beautiful arched window, some plants, because I do not have the best green thumb, and a little kitty cat looking out the windows. I have two cats and they both love looking out the windows. I've been opening up the window for them a lot recently and they love it. And I was like, kitty cat looking out the window, please. And she delivered. I absolutely adore this tattoo. The only thing that I don't like about it is that I feel like I don't see it that much because it's so low on my leg, and so it's not one that's like in my peripheral vision all the time. She's a little hidden, but I love her and I really do love this placement. I don't regret putting it there, but I just wish I could see it more. And now we have my most recent tattoos that I got done the beginning of March with my friend Caroline. We went back to Lauren because I just love her style and it was so fun getting to like chit chat while we were getting tattoos. So there I got this little book stack. I love it. I'm such a reader. I love reading and I've wanted a book related tattoo for a very long time, but not necessarily tied to a specific series or book. And so a book stack just felt right. And I love the placement right here on my arm as well. I feel like it balances out the poppy a little bit more. And I think it's just so fun. I'm just a little reader. And this one's been getting a lot of compliments too. I've been going to a lot of indie bookstores in Houston this month for the Houston bookstore crawl. And I've been getting a lot of compliments there. And I'm just like, I feel so loved. I feel so cool. And then my most recent tattoo is on my left leg. It's on my calf. And it is the Barbie Diamond Castle mirror. I have wanted this tattoo for so long, and Lauren did an absolutely amazing job. The details on it are insane. I feel like I'm sticking to a lot of nostalgia for like my left leg. Like I don't want to dictate parts where I'm like, no, only this arm I can do this or this leg I can do this. But I feel like I'm getting a lot more nostalgia tattoos for sure. And I just love the mirror. Barbie Diamond Castle was mine and my sister's favorite movie growing up. We had like all the dolls. We would watch the movie all the time. She recently got me the little heart necklace and I was like, I need the mirror. It's too beautiful. It's too iconic. And I adore it immensely. I adore all these tattoos. It gives you a good look at my personality. And now that it's nice and warm out and I'm wearing like tank tops and skirts or shorts, they can all be shown off. And I just adore that. Future tattoos. I have a few ideas in mind. I think a very fun part about doing tattoos only in fall and winter is that when spring and summer comes around, I can really brainstorm on what I want. I know I want a fairy tattoo. I love fairies. I'm currently collecting all of the Pixie Hollow fairy books. It's a whole thing. I know I want a fairy tattoo. I've wanted one for a while, but it's more so there's so many different art styles and really figuring out where I want it, how I want it, a bunch of stuff. But my Pinterest board always has tattoo ideas in it, and then I can save things that I like, come back to it in a few months and be like, do I still really like this? Or am I like, no, I'm over it? So it's always important to think things through, at least sit on an idea for a little bit and make sure that, you really love it. And I am just so happy that I love all my tattoos and they are such a part of me. I mean, obviously they're permanently on my skin, but it's my personality, it's my love. I can show it off. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun talking about my tattoos. But like I said, I will have some of the artists down below just if you're curious and want to check them out. I will have their social media linked. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a magical day. Bye!